Video closed. Hello friends, good morning. Hello. Today we discuss about the topic carbohydrates. Okay, I think all of you are familiar with this carbohydrates. What are carbohydrates? They are basic things regarding your energy. They are basic. We use daily, we eat carbohydrates, and everything is related to our energy. They are carbohydrates. They are like starch-like substances from the plants, which generally for food purpose let's discuss about the topic carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the broadly defined as polyhydroxyaldehydes, aldehydes and ketones. Aldehyde group means CHO, C double bond OH. This is the aldehyde group, means some of them have aldehyde group, some of them have ketone group, and their derivatives they are polyhydroxy. Poly means many, hydroxy, OH groups. Polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones, and their derivatives or as a substances that yields one of the components. Composed of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Note this: carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, CHO. The basic empirical formula of the carbohydrates were CnH2n ON, means it's nothing but if the C is 1, the H will be 2 and O will be 1. Suppose for example we take a glucose, that's nothing but C6H12O6. It's a glucose, simple monosaccharide that is, and we can see the number of carbon atoms were 6, number of hydrogen atoms were 12, and number of oxygen atoms were 6 again. They are the basic fundamental things of the universe, means they're composed of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. The functional groups present include hydroxyl groups. They include hydroxyl group means OH. This OH group is nothing but hydroxyl group. Here one of the important thing, O's indicates sugar. We take suppose glucose, this O's indicates sugar. Fructose, any sugars, galactose, for example we take in a galactose, whereas O's indicates sugar, like that. The O's indicates sugar, means glucose, fructose, galactose, maltose, we take some maltose. This O's indicates sugar, O's. Next we go for some of the details of the carbohydrates. What are carbohydrates? Even let us introduce to the carbohydrates. The carbohydrates are most abundant of all organic compounds in the nature. All organic compounds, all. In plants, energy from the sun used to convert carbon dioxide and water into carbohydrate glucose. We know the basic, the familiar thing that 6CO2 plus 12H2O gives rise to C6H12O6 plus 6H2O plus 6 molecules of O2 released to the air. Here sunlight, we require sunlight, and photosynthesis, which the process was called photosynthesis, are able to convert the carbon dioxide and hydrogen, the carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight, and by the photosynthesis process where the glucose is derived. That's what about the derivation of carbohydrates. In plants, the energy from the sun used to convert carbon dioxide and water into the carbohydrate glucose. Many of the glucose molecules are made in long chain polymer of starch that stores energy. They are polymers generally, where the monosaccharides were not polymers, but disaccharides, trisaccharides, pentasaccharides, hexasaccharides. We call them as polysaccharides. Generally, each sugar component attached to the other sugar component in a chain form, so they call as polymers. Each sugar component means here is one sugar component. Each sugar component is attached to the other sugar component in a chain form. So in a chain form, if you take the chain is nothing but polymer. Polymer means a single repeating unit forms a chain. It's called a polymer. Okay, I'm rounding up here. What is a polymer? A polymer is nothing but a single unit, repeating unit, called as polymers. About 65% of the foods in our diet consists of carbohydrates. This is, as we know, that's a common point. Each day we utilize carbohydrates in the foods such as bread. Bread is full of carbohydrates. Pasta, potatoes, full of potatoes also full of carbohydrates. And rice is a major component of South India. They eat rice rather than North India. The major component is carbohydrate. If you take more carbohydrates also, there are some things which not good for health. Carbohydrates, much eating of carbohydrates that's also health risk. There will be other carbohydrates called disaccharides include sucrose, that's a table sugar. We use sugar for chai, coffee, many things. In all of the sweets were made up of sucrose, means table sugar, and glucose, not a glucose, sorry, and lactose in the milk. We use the milk. Other carbohydrates, the disaccharides are sucrose, lactose, so on so. Lactose, in case of milk, is nothing but lactose, milk sugar. And during the digestion and cellular metabolism, carbohydrates are converted into glucose. Means if you take a complex thing, suppose we take complex like disaccharides or polysaccharides, they are converted into simple sugars by digestion process. Okay, by generally a digestion process, due to the digestion process, simple sugars with the resulted due to the digestion process. It means we take through the mouth, we take complex sugars, complex one like lactose milk sugar, sucrose table sugar, and these were converted by digestion process to a simple sugars. Okay, what are these simple sugars? Glucose, galactose, those mostly glucose. Every complex thing is converted to a simple thing in the process of digestion, because these have to absorb to the bloodstream. Okay, so usually we take food, so after we taking a complex substances, we eat sweets, we eat rice, so those are complex substances. Those complex substances were converted into simple sugars. Simple sugars are nothing but glucose. Glucose was a simple sugar. Those are converted the complex into simple through the process of digestion in our body, digestion process. By digestion only, this all process will occur in every organism upon this planet. By the digestion process, the complex substances were converted into simple substances for the energy purpose. Means when the glucose is pumped to the bloodstream after the completion of digestion, then the glucose is utilized for the energy purpose for all living organisms upon the earth. Okay, that's what we're discussing, and which is oxidized further into our cells to provide our body with energy and to provide the cells with carbon atoms for building molecules of proteins, lipids, and nucleic acid. This is one of the important point. Means those energy which were acquired by the glucose were used to build up molecules like proteins, lipids, and nucleic acids. In plants, polymer of glucose called cellulose builds the structural framework. Cellulose has another important use. Means where mostly the structural component of the plants was cellulose. Okay, cellulose framework. Even the cell wall of the plant was made up of a cellulose. So usually in the building of structural framework also, the Glucose, which are called as cellulose, the complex cellulose, has a major important use. The wood in our furniture, the pages in our notebook, and cotton clothing are made up of cellulose. That all we know. Next, we go for functions of carbohydrates in cells. What are the functions of carbohydrates? So, the carbohydrates are major source of energy for cells. That we know, major source of energy. We get energy by intaking of food is nothing but the composition of carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, and fats. Those are all fats also energy component. So major structural component of the plant cell. Okay, that's we discussed the cellulose component which was present in the plants, the major structural component, and immediate energy in the form of glucose, because when we take these carbohydrates, they are processed to glucose. Glucose was the energy compound, which when glucose is pumped to the bloodstream, usually we get energy. So reserved or stored energy in the form of glycogen. The glucose is stored in the form of glycogen in the liver. In liver. Why? Because when we suppose when we didn't eat food, then usually the glycogen then converts into glucose for energy purpose. Those are the cycle which was going on in our body. Okay, aldehyde. This is the aldehyde group. Usually this is a structure of glucose, aldehyde group, and here also aldehyde group in the form of galactose. But in case of fructose, there is a ketone group. You can observe there is a ketone group. Okay, there is a ketone group. Usually glucose, galactose, fructose were the monosaccharides. Okay, in case of glucose there is an aldehyde group, in case of galactose there is an aldehyde group, but in case of fructose there is a ketone group. Those are the functional groups of carbohydrates. The carbohydrates, as we know the definition of the carbohydrates whether they consist of aldehyde group or ketone group with addition to the hydroxyl groups. Oh, these are the OH were the hydroxyl groups. So there are many hydroxyl groups for each of the component. Okay, let's look up to the classification of carbohydrates. Okay, carbohydrates are classified according to the number of subunits to make them. Okay, there are three types of carbohydrates. One is monosaccharides, other one is oligosaccharides, the other one is polysaccharides. Monosaccharides means single sugar unit, whether it can be glucose, galactose, or fructose, whatever it may be, it's a single unit. When we go for oligosaccharides are nothing but whether they can be disaccharides, means 2 units connected with glycosidic bond, or 3 units connected with glycosidic bond, or tetra means 4 units connected with glycosidic bond, and polysaccharides means greater than 4 is nothing but 5, 6, 7 to infinity, but connected with bonds in like a polymer structure were called as polysaccharides. In the term only we have poly means many, polysaccharides. Di means 2, tri means 3, tetra means 4. But this is the basic classification of carbohydrates, like monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, polysaccharides. Okay, let's discuss about the monosaccharides first. Monosaccharides are the simple sugars of compounds which possess a free aldehyde group or ketone group. Previously we discussed the aldehyde group is present in glucose and some of the monosaccharides, but ketone group is present in some of the monosaccharides. As we discussed here, glucose and galactose consist of aldehyde group, where in case of a fructose it consists of a ketone group. Okay, so the monosaccharides are the simple sugars. Basically they are the simple sugars compounds which process of a free aldehyde or a ketone group. Ketone group is nothing but C11O group and 2 or more hydroxyl groups. As we know, they are the simplest sugars and cannot be hydrolyzed further into smaller units. They cannot be hydrolyzed into further into smaller units because disaccharides can be hydrolyzed into monosaccharides, tri can hydrolyzed into monosaccharides, but monosaccharides they can't be hydrolyzed into simple units because they are only the simple unit. How can they can be hydrolyzed? Okay, monosaccharides contain a single carbon chain and classified on the basis of number of carbon atoms they possess, and the number of carbon atoms they possess, they are classified like that. Okay, number of carbon atoms they possess and aldoses or aldoses or ketosis depending upon their group. Okay, that's about the monosaccharides. Monosaccharides, the basic monosaccharides hexases are nothing but glucose, galactose and fructose. Glucose and galactose, they consist of aldehyde group, but fructose consists of keto group. And this is the detailed classification of monosaccharides. Let's discuss about this. Okay, here from sugar, structure formula, aldoses and ketoses. Okay, triose means 3 carbon atoms. Here the triose means 3 carbon atoms, tetroses means 4 carbon atoms, pentoses means 5 carbon atoms, and finally hexoses means 6 carbon atoms. Hexoses means 6 carbon atoms. Okay, the trioses are nothing but in case of aldoses we have glyceraldehydes. Glyceraldehydes are fatty things like glycerin. We come from glyceraldehydes like that. And when we go for ketoses, dehydroxyacetone is nothing but, in case of ketoses, they are the trioses. They are classified as a monosaccharides. And in case of a tetroses, erythrose, triose, and in case of a ketoses, in tetroses, erythrulose. And in case of a pentose sugar, C5H10O5 structural formula. In case of in pentoses, the aldoses consist of xylose, ribose, and arbinose. Okay, and in case of ketoses, ribulose. And in case of hexoses, normally we know as a monosaccharides, the aldoses were glucose, galactose, and mannose. And in case of ketoses, fructose, as we discussed before, and also I shown the ketone group C double bond O group in case of fructose. Okay, let's move to the detailed thing, monosaccharides. The monosaccharides, basically we discussed about the glucose. The glucose is essential for all body functions and energy requirements. Other name is dextrose and blood sugar. So we call it as blood sugar because mostly after the completion of digestion process, the glucose generally dissolved into blood, a component of each disaccharide. Okay, and when go for galactose, the galactose seldom occurs freely in nature, binds with glucose to form a sugar like milk lactose. Means the glucose plus galactose is equal to lactose. Okay, once absorbed by the body, galactose is converted to glucose to provide energy. When we drink milk also, we get energy because that are converted to glucose only. And next, fructose. It's the sweetest of all sugars. The sweeter range is 1.5 into sweeter than the sucrose. Okay, of course, naturally in the fruits, honey, and many sweet things consist of fructose. Let's see the formulas. This is dextroglucose or bread sugar. This is a ring formula. Okay, then this is first carbon, second, third, fourth, fifth carbon, and this is the sixth carbon. Are you okay with the C? Okay, and this is the D-glucose. Dextro means D means dextro, galactose, not glucose. Sorry, galactose, which consists of again the same, almost the same structural formula, but the hydroxyl group positions may vary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a hexose. And then dextrofructose, we have called as levulose, is a fruit sugar. Here we can observe the structure difference because these two are aldehyde groups and this is the keto group. This consists of a keto group. Okay, the fructose consists of a keto group. So the structure, we can see there's a structural difference when presenting. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, here the 6, I think. No, usually it's also a hexose sugar. It's a levulose fruit sugar. And then we go for stereochemistry. Before that, we go for once again the formula of fructose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atoms. Here in case of O, there is a carbon atom. Okay. Okay, there are 6 carbon atoms. And then you go for stereochemistry. Stereochemistry is nothing but whether they are the structural component, whether they are optical isomers or they are isomers, which type of isomers they are. To discuss about the complete in detail structural aspects, we study stereochemistry of the compounds. Generally, optical isomers is nothing but enantiomers differ from each other in deposition of various atoms or groups and in the space around the asymmetric carbon atom. Okay. Generally, there are two forms. Let's come to the point. There are two forms. One is dextro form, another one is levo form. Now I will explain here. The dextro form, if the OH group is the right side, then it is termed as dextro form of second carbon atom, means which is linked to the functional group. Okay, the second carbon atom, if the OH is right side, second carbon atom is nothing but it's an aldehyde group linked to the functional group. Aldehyde group is a functional group. Functional group means which represent its characteristics. Okay, functional group. Generally, if that's a right side, then we call it as a dextroglyceraldehyde, and if it is the OH group is in left side, then we call it as levoglyceraldehyde. That's the difference between dextro and levo. They are optical isomers. They are optical isomers, nothing but if you place the mirror here in front of each other, they are replicas. They look same. This is the mirror image of this, means the dextro is the mirror image of levo. Okay, let's discuss about d-aldoses, dextroaldoses. This is aldotrioses, aldotetroses, aldopentoses, aldohexoses. Aldohexoses, d-allose, d-aldose, d-glucose, d-mannose, means dextro. Just some structural components. Let's discuss about the properties of monosaccharides. Okay, what were the properties of monosaccharides? There are some properties like mutarotation, glucoside formation, reducing power, oxidation and reduction. These are the some properties, means they occur in case of monosaccharides. Because the mutarotation, when we discuss about the mutarotation, the monosaccharides is when dissolved in water over a time up to 24 hours, then the angle changes. The specific rotation plus 112 is changed to plus 5.7 degrees. This gradual change in specific rotation is called as mutarotation. When we discuss the concept about glucoside formation, this dextroglucose solution is treated with methanol and HCl. Two compounds are formed. One is alpha and beta D-glucosides. The formed glucosides are not reducing sugars, means they can't reduce, and also does not show phenomenon of mutarotation. And what is a reducing sugar? Sugars having a free or potentially free aldehyde or ketone group, as we know that we discussed about the free aldehyde and ketone groups. They have ability to reduce the cupric copper to cuprous. Okay, cupric to cuprous, they can reduce. Okay, based on that, the Fehling's test is performed to detect whether it is based on whether it is a reducing sugar or not a reducing sugar by Fehling's test. So there we use some copper component as a whether to check the reduced or not. This is one of the property. Oxidation and reduction. The alcoholic OH and aldehyde COH or keto OH groups are oxidized carboxyl group with certain oxidizing agents also. There are some properties of monosaccharides, and there is oxidation with metal hydroxide. There are some properties. Dehydration, reduction. Reduction is nothing but displacing the OH H atom. They reduce. Okay. The monosaccharides, when treated with a concentrated H2SO4, get dehydrated to form 5-hydroxymethyl furfural derivative. Okay. Generally, concentrated H2SO4 or alcohol reduced got dehydration of the sugar, means they dehydrate the sugar. Methylation or esterification, there are some components. Let's discuss about something new. Carbohydrates are free carbonyl groups or hemiacetyl form give positive test to Bendix and Fellings reagents or solutions. As we discussed before about the reduction concept of sugar, or some sugars were called as reducing sugars, some sugars were called as not a reducing sugars, because based on the Fellings and Bendix reagent or test, it's nothing but when cupric ion is converted to cuprous ion, generally we call it as reduced. Okay, without having been hydrolyzed or referred as reducing sugar, or with when they are hydrolyzed, they are not non-reducing sugars. Okay, reducing sugar, carbohydrates with a free aldehyde at C1 or free codon at C2. They are reducing sugars. They are hemiacetyl and hemiketyl form, do not exhibit mutar-rotation. Okay, this is an important point. Reducing sugars do not exhibit mutar-rotation, do form osazones and phenyl hydrogen, do form oximes and hydroxylime. Example is glucose, fructose, lactose, maltose and cellulinose with the reducing sugars. When we come to the non-reducing sugars, aldehyde or ketone group is not free but instead utilized in the bond formation. They are acetyl or keto forms. They do not exhibit mutar-rotation. These also do not exhibit, do not form osazones, do not form oximes. Sucrose, glycogen, insulin, they are non-reducing sugars. Sucrose was a non-reducing sugar. Okay. Oligosaccharides are nothing but disaccharides, trisaccharides, tetrasaccharides, those all, or pentasaccharides. Those are all called as oligosaccharides. So they are the compounds in which yield to 2 to 10 molecules of same or different monosaccharides or on hydrolysis. Means if suppose we take an example, if take an oligosaccharide and we got a hydrolyzation process, okay, then if we yield 2 to 10 same or different monosaccharides, then they call as oligosaccharides. According to the oligosaccharides, two of the monosaccharides or hydrolysis designated disaccharide and also yielding 3 molecules of monosaccharides as a trisaccharides as found. Disaccharides are nothing but sucrose, lactose we discussed is nothing but glucose plus galactose. When we hydrolyze lactose, we get glucose plus galactose. There are nothing but 2 different monosaccharides. Maltose, maltose is from galactose plus galactose. Cellulose, trehalose, xanthivose, malabose. Trisaccharides are nothing but raminose, genetenose, raffinose, rabinose, melatogenose. And tetrasaccharides are nothing but stachyose, scorodose. Pentasaccharides are verbascose. These molecular composition of 3 legume oligosaccharides with raffinose, stachyose and verbinose. They are the legume oligosaccharides, which mostly in peanuts, groundnut, legumes mostly. They consist of those oligosaccharides. Okay, and here the sum of the things like maltose when hydrolyzed. Okay, maltose is nothing but glucose plus glucose. Lactose when hydrolyzed, glucose plus galactose, we get 2 other monosaccharides. And sucrose when we hydrolyze, we get glucose plus fructose. Okay, this was the thing, how the disaccharides, it's nothing but maltose, lactose, sucrose or disaccharides. When they are hydrolyzed, we get same or different monosaccharides. Okay, next we go for disaccharides. Brief thing, composed of 2 monosaccharides. Disaccharides are nothing but composed of 2 monosaccharides. Cells can make disaccharides by joining 2 monosaccharides by biosynthesis. Okay, cells can make disaccharides also. Glucose plus fructose is nothing but the formation of sucrose. Glucose 1 unit, fructose 1 unit. When they match up with glyceraldehyde bond, then we got sucrose. It's a glycosidic bond. Between glucose and fructose, we have glycosidic bond. It can be 1,4 or something like that. The sucrose is a table sugar we use mostly naturally in many things. Glucose plus galactose is nothing but lactose, is a milk sugar, milk products. Glucose plus glucose is maltose. Okay, then we go for trisaccharides composed of 3 monosaccharides, example raffinose. Then we go for the tetrasaccharides, stachyose, composed of 2 moles of galactose and 1 mole of glucose and 1 mole of fructose, totally 4. Okay, these are some is a table of relative sweetness of sugar plus artificial sweetness. And artificial sweeteners are aspartame, saccharin, sucralose, neotame. Neotame is more and more sweeter. This is the table. Generally relative sweetness comparison of normal natural versus artificial things, artificial sweeteners. Then we go for polysaccharides. Polysaccharides means many. Starch example, many glucose forms were linked up like a polymer chain. They are nothing but polysaccharides containing 10 or more monosaccharides units attached together we call as polysaccharides. Example, starch glycogen. Glycogen is digestible and starch is digestible. Fiber is indigestible. Fiber is used for good bowel movement and defecation processes. When we intake of fiber we can't digest fiber, so it is indigestible. We can't digest fiber. So long chain of glucose units form these polysaccharides. Cellulose gives structure, plants, fiber into our diet. Glycogen is an energy storage sugar produced by animals. Glycogen which is stored in liver cells. Liver cells synthesize glycogen after a meal to maintain blood sugar levels constant. Okay. A great majority of carbohydrate of the nature occur as polysaccharides. Example, starch. In case of plants, lot of photosynthesis which is going on, where due to the photosynthesis the plants store this starch. Starch is nothing but polysaccharide. Chemically, the polysaccharides may be distinguished into homopolysaccharides and heteropolysaccharides. Homopolysaccharides which yield one hydrolysis on hydrolysis a single monosaccharide, single type of monosaccharide, then they are called homopolysaccharides. Heteropolysaccharides are nothing but which produce a mixture of monosaccharides on hydrolysis. They are called as heteropolysaccharides. Okay. A nutrient. What is a nutrient? A nutrient or digestible polysaccharide means those can be digestible, structural or indigestible polysaccharides. Again, the polysaccharides in case of digestion also they are termed into two: structural or indigestible polysaccharides, and nothing but cellulose, pectin, chitin. The fiber thing can't be digested in our digestive system, in any digestive system, not only in ours. And also the nutrient type is nothing but they act as a metabolic reserve for monosaccharides like starch, glycogen and inulin. And this is the amylose. Amylose when converted into dextrins, dextrins to maltose, maltose to glucose. That's one formula of how the digestion process go on. And types of polysaccharides, first one is starch. We discuss about the starch. Okay, starch, the major digestible polysaccharide in our diet is a starch, the storage form of carbohydrate in the plants. And sources are nothing but wheat, rice, corn, rye, barley, potatoes, tubers and yams, etc. To two types of plant starch, one is amylose and one is amylopectin. Okay, here we can see the D-glucose, the dextroglucose plus dextroglucose, when they attached with glycosidic bond, n number means many numbers, it's nothing but alpha amylose, like that. And this is the amylopectin form of how they form in the form of polymers. Okay. Next, amylose is a form of, as we discussed before only, amylose is a form of tight chain linked with 1,4 alpha 1,4 linkages glycosidic bonds indicating 300 to 5,500 glucose units per molecule. Molecular weight range from 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 6. Generally, it's a water soluble, gives blue color with iodine. Noted. And amylopectins, it contains besides a straight chain, several branched chains also there in case of amylopectins. Amylopectins are useful in case of structural components of many plants and many insects or something. The amylopectins, they form as a structural units, many things. Then here we discuss about types of polysaccharides. One is cellulose. In case of a types of polysaccharides only, first we discussed about the glucose, not a glucose, it's a starch. First we discussed about the starch, and the second one is cellulose. Cellulose forms cell walls in the plant cells. Also, it's a fiber of refuse indigestible by humans. And this is how the cellulose. Suppose we take a cotton. Cotton is nothing but composed of cellulose. This is the linkage of as a polymer of cellulose. It's a polymer linkage of alpha, beta, 1,4 glycosidic bonds. Okay. And the third type of polysaccharide is glycogen. Glycogen, the storage form of a glucose in our body, because glycogen is generally prepared by liver, where in liver the glycogen is stored, and when our blood sugar levels are low, generally on that time the glycogen is converted to glycogen. Generally glycogen was stored in liver. When glycogen was stored in liver, when in our body the sugar levels are very low, then on that time the glycogen is converted to glucose generally. So glucose, which is a simple sugar, and then it is digested, it is pumped to bloodstream. Okay, bloodstream. So then we get energy. That's a simple logic. They are stored in liver and muscles, found in tiny amounts of meat sources, not found in plants, not a significant food source of carbohydrate. That's a formula of glycogen, and that's how the linkages are. Okay, let's discuss about the concept map. That's all we learned up to now. Concept map. Carbohydrates. The carbohydrates are classified as what three types, basically as a majorly: monosaccharides, disaccharides, and polysaccharides. Monosaccharides consist of glucose, galactose, and fructose. Here the glucose and galactose were aldehydic group, but fructose is a keto group. As drawn is a Fischer projections, we can draw in Fischer projections or a Hayward structure. The ring type structures were called as Hayward structures. Next we go for these monosaccharides. Generally, with the help of glycosidic bonds, they form disaccharides. By glycosidic linkages, the monosaccharides form disaccharides. The disaccharides were maltose, lactose, and sucrose. Here the maltose and lactose were reducing sugars, but sucrose is non-reducing sugar. Non-reducing sugar because this sucrose cannot be reduced with the Fellings or Bendix tests. Okay, Felling solution or Bendix test. This sucrose can be reduced. Okay, then this is the first is monosaccharides, second is disaccharides, the other one is third is polysaccharides. Polysaccharides are nothing but is a polymer of glucose. Example: starch, glycogen in case of animals, glycogen in case of plants, amylose, amylopectin, cellulose, starch is a food material. But these they are nothing but polymers. Polymers means the units are linked, many units for a single molecule. About 5,000 to 6,000 units are linked together with the help of glycosidic bonds. Okay, they are polysaccharides. Summary of carbohydrates. Let's discuss about the summary of carbohydrates. Okay, monosaccharides are nothing but glucose, galactose, fructose. Glucose consists of here this type of foods: lactose is nothing but disaccharide. The disaccharides consist of maltose, lactose, and sucrose. Okay, maltose is nothing but glucose plus glucose. When they form with the glycosidic bond, we get maltose. Lactose is by glucose plus galactose, and sucrose is by glucose plus fructose. And these are the food components which those sugar are present. And then we go for polysaccharides. In case of polysaccharides, amylose, rice, wheat, grain, cereals, they have amylose. Amylose are nothing but unbranched polymer of glucose linked by 1,4 alpha 1,4 glycosidic bonds. Amylopectin, glycogen, which is present in liver, muscles, and something like that, and cellulose, plant fiber, beans, and these are the things how they link upon. This is about amylose. This is about amylopectin, and this is the linkages for glycogen, and this is the linkage for cellulose. Unbranched polymer of glucose joined by beta 1,4 glycosidic bonds forms cellulose. Highly branched polymer of glucose joined by alpha 1,4 and alpha 1,6 glycosidic bonds forms glycogen. Glycogen which is stored in liver and some muscle cells, which can be used when we are fasting or when our sugar levels are low. Glycogen can be used to form a glucose, and glucose is pumped to the bloodstream for energy. Okay, some clinical aspects we discuss. These are the clinical. Glucose is the most important energy source, as we know, and dextrose glucose is the bulk of dietary carbohydrate starch is digested and finally absorbed into glucose in the body, as we know. And next, dextrose. Glucose in the solution of dextrorotatory form is frequently used in medicinal practices. Dextrose is used for injections or something like that. And then fructose is abundantly found in semen, which is utilized by the sperms for energy. Yes. And several diseases associated with the carbohydrates: diabetes mellitus, glycogen storage. This is like a galactosemia. The accumulation of sorbitol and dulcitol is in any tissues may certain pathological conditions like cataract and neuropathy. The non-digestible carbohydrate cellulose play a significant role in human nutrition and also in defecation and also in good bowel movement. Okay, it can avoid constipation. The mucopolysaccharides hyaluronic acid serves as a lubricant and shock absorbent in joints. Okay, this mucopolysaccharide hyaluronic acid serves as a lubricant, means in case of joints we don't get osteoporosis or joint pain when we have sufficient hyaluronic acid. Okay, the mucopolysaccharide heparin is an anticoagulant, prevents blood clotting. The survival of Antarctica fish below -2 degrees is attributed by antifreeze glycoproteins. Okay, there also the glycogen plays a very important role. Streptomycin is a glycoside which is employed in the tuberculosis. Streptomycin, which is employed in the treatment of tuberculosis. These are the some clinical aspects of means of monosaccharides or disaccharides, polysaccharides, which are like but carbohydrates. Okay, then this is the total concept of whole carbohydrates. Okay, and if you have any doubts, please comment. Okay, if you have any doubts related and any suggestions also, please comment. Okay, signing off. He was Madhu. Bye. Let's see in next video. Okay.